Hold on. Okay. Oh,
Well,
okay.
own your burp if you're going to burp.
No. I'm a lady.
God.
Nice one, Jenna.
Wow, I didn't know I could burp and talk at the same time.
It's
Fucking
amazing.
talent.
Yeah. And
All
that
right.
deep, too.
You've got the letter
So,
today.
I do have the letter today. But what, do we have any funny stories to tell? I think we told them all.
We've told. No, but we just want to remind you about our Botox party.
Yes. March 11th, Chrysalis Rejuvenation Clinic. Please come.
Yes, and you can get all the information on our social media pages. If you're curious about it, you can send an email like you send the letters to at Jesse and Jenna's messypodcast@gmail.com.
Yeah.
And slide into our DMs if you have any questions. Like, we're here for you. Like, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to it, though. Really excited. I'm excited for the treats, too.
Yes.
The cheese.
They have this epic cheese board because every time they have one of these little parties, they order this fab. I wish I could remember where it's from, but it's not far from the clinic, but it's just beautiful. If for no other reason, come to see this cheese board, please.
Right.
And get cheap Botox.
Right.
All right. Today's letter. It's not often I get to read it. I feel powerful. Okay. Hi, Jesse and Jenna.
Hi.
I'm a pretty smart girl.
Okay,
Did
you're
you write
not.
this?
I'm a pretty smart girl. No, I'm not.
No, it was pretty, comma. I'm a pretty smart girl.
Pretty and smart.
Pretty and smart.
Oh, good for you.
Well, at least
Own
we
it,
know
girl.
this isn't about her lack of confidence.
Right.
I'm a pretty smart girl who's gone through shattering, horrible, tragic heartbreak because of a man I absolutely adored. We've all been there.
Doesn't make you special.
Yeah, right. After I spent a year and a half getting to know him, then a year and a half in the god-awfullest part of the South trying to develop a relationship with him, he unceremoniously dumped me. I came to my senses, moved back home to Canada, and began a new career. My problem? He is flying in for business and has asked me to go to dinner.
Of course.
Wait, now I have to burp.
Or maybe own your burp.
It was a silent one. I would have. What? Maybe what? I'm not done the
Maybe he
letter.
wants to have breakup sex.
Well, this is interesting. An ex coming out of the woodwork just for a dinner. I already have thoughts on it, but let's finish the letter. Okay. I thought endlessly about what I'm going to wear, revved up my diet and exercise,
Oh, girl,
See?
you are wasting too much time already on this.
and she's not over it, so I don't think she's ready. But anyway, let me finish the letter. Okay. I've imagined all sorts of ridiculous, expensive restaurants he might take me to, but I honestly don't indulge any grand fantasy of him saying, I was wrong, I'm moving here to be with you, marry me. My question, okay, the fact that you even wrote that out means, yeah, you're indulging that fantasy, because why are you even thinking about that? Oh, this poor girl. My question to you guys, should I even bother spending an evening with this man? And if I do end up seeing him, do I play it cool or should I be all sugar and spice like I normally am? I really want him to eat his heart out and regret his decision for ending it. But clearly, I recognize I've lost all perspective. Thanks, and I can't wait to hear your advice.
You might as well get dinner because you just wasted your time dieting and exercising to go for dinner with this guy. Like, seriously, you must be hungry.
I don't think she's over him at all, though.
No.
At all.
You can't care that much and put that much effort into yourself just for a dinner if you don't care.
That's right. And
I don't even think you should accept it. Once an ex, always an ex. Peace.
well, but okay, wait. That's a loaded statement you just made. But hold on. She goes, I'm not indulging any grand fantasy of him saying I was wrong and moving here to be with you. But if you don't want to get back with him, why would you even want to think about him maybe doing that?
Yeah, it sounds like she's taken, hey, do you want to grab dinner? And has made it into something it totally is not.
Yeah, maybe it is just a catch up. Like he's like, whoa, I don't want to get back together at all. I just want to have.
I want to have dinner and say hi and maybe like, who knows how it ended between the two.
Well, that we don't know.
You know, and maybe apologize, but I'm not going to move here. Like, where did she go from, hey, let's go out for dinner to, oh my God, he might want to move back and marry me. And
I wish we knew how old she was. She doesn't say.
she sounds really young.
That's what I was going to say, because as we get older, I think it's nice to be able to stay cordial with your exes, because as you travel around the world and through life, so you go to Bangladesh and you know your ex lives there now. Isn't it nice to be able to have a friend and be like, hey, let's grab a coffee? You know?
I don't know.
If you have children or chihuahuas together, you have to stay friends.
I'm a firm believer that you can never truly move on if that person's still in your life.
Well, yeah, I've wondered that.
Right. You can never fully let go and go forward like her. Like taking do you want to go out for dinner and next talking about him moving and relocating for you. Like she's really in her own head.
What if you
She sounds a little,
well, she does, you mean?
yeah. No offense, girl.
Love you, JP.
Love you, JP, but you sound a little,
She's not over him at all.
Crazy.
She wants to get back with him. That's all I know for sure. But if you have kids together and then you break up, you have to stay in touch.
Right.
It doesn't mean you have to be friends.
But do you ever fully move on?
I don't know. I mean, there are people that have remarried and have kids again,
but I'm sure part of them is still with their ex.
Yeah. You know, I've been wondering this about myself because, you know, I'm still friends with my ex and we share the dogs. I do not want to get back together. I think we were a bad match, but it's nice that we're still cordial. Is that preventing me from moving on? I don't know.
Well, you haven't.
I don't know. I haven't. I haven't got one date request. Well, that's not true.
I feel bad because we're all very guilty of doing what she's doing right now. I mean, I saw the other day that my ex from university looked me up on LinkedIn.
Oh, yeah.
Create my profile. And my mind started going zing, 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 zing. What if, oh my God, he's not going to do this. Like, what's going on? Are him and his wife together? I like went, you know, super incognito and like looked up his Facebook page and I was like, okay, they're still together because it's the chick he left me for that he's married to. But we're all guilty of this. An ex comes floating back in one way or the other and your mind goes, oh my God, what are they going to do? What's going on?
As long as you...
And then immediately they're like, could I get back together with them? I don't know. He treated me like dog shit, but...
Yeah. As long as you stopped before you ran out and bought a pregnancy test, I think you're okay.
Yeah, like she doesn't sound like she's stable enough to go out for dinner with him.
No. Because ask yourself this, JP. If you go out for dinner with him and he doesn't express wanting to have any kind of sexy time, are you going to be disappointed? I think yes.
Or
I think, yeah.
What if he asks you out to tell you something? Hey, I'm getting
syphilis.
married.
Or I'm getting married.
I'm getting married. Or I ended up having a kid with someone while we were together.
Or I'm gay. Could you imagine?
There's a lot of what ifs.
Yeah.
And do you need that energy in your life?
If you're not getting back together, then what's the point? Yeah.
Right.
What's the point?
I know a lot of dudes that are like, oh, I just want to go and like say hi. And like, you know, to them, it is perfectly innocent. However, women don't think, our brains don't work the same way.
No, it's almost like a threesome. It sounds good in theory, but it's like doesn't always work out.
Yes.
You know, because I think it's nice to think that exes could be friends and still get along, but it doesn't always happen.
And you never really hear of stories about people breaking up that were in serious relationships, getting back together and living happily ever after.
No. Well, your parents.
Yeah.
But that was more of a break than a break up.
Yeah. They were on a break, Jesse.
Yeah, on a break.
They were on a break. No, but, you know, you just don't hear about that often.
No.
At this young age.
However,
we're assuming her age. She sounds young.
Yeah, she's probably a bit younger than us. Who knows how old he is either. A businessman in the States flying to Canada for business.
But you know what? I think this also goes for other people. Before you ask your ex out to dinner, ask yourself, is this a selfish move on my part? What are we going to benefit from it? Is it worth putting this person through a bunch of old emotions again? That's the thing. Like, we're sitting here poking fun at her.
Yeah.
However, why are you asking her? Like, that's a douchey move on your part. You ended it. It broke up. What makes you think that you have a right to come back and say, let's grab dinner? And if you know her well enough, you know she's going to jump to all these conclusions.
Yeah, but maybe it's like you just said a minute ago. Straight guys sometimes don't think it through that far. And it's
Right.
just, hey, man, like, let's get dinner. Like, it's not that
They just
serious
live in
for
their
him.
own emotions and the way
Right.
they're processing it. They never consider what a simple invite to dinner might mean to their significant other or ex.
That's it. And it's been a year and a half, she says. So maybe he's fully over it and moved on, and you haven't.
A year and a half and she's freaking out like this? Mm-hmm. Although, you know, I could see myself doing the same thing.
Well, how long was college ago? And you kind of started to wonder.
I never would have done it, but my mind went there. But I even think about another ex from 2-3 years ago, that if he came knocking on my door, asked me to go out for coffee or something, I would probably do what she did and hit the gym and starve myself for another 3 days.
Yeah, Jenna's still on her juice cleanse, by the way. We're okay. Don't worry. John and I are surviving. But, you know, I think that she knows how crazy she sounds, JP, because she goes, I realize I've lost all perspective.
Yeah.
So that's why she's writing to us. So, yes,
you have lost all perspective.
But I don't know. I don't want to say don't go.
But it's not all your fault either.
No.
And it's understandable that your mind goes to those places. So we're going to reassure you that even though you have kind of lost it a bit,
yeah,
that's normal.
But should she go? Because
No.
she says this, I really, with really is underlined, want him to eat his heart out. So she's feeling great. She's been working out at the gym. So should she go to show him how hot she is?
Because if you don't go, the way he reacts to that is going to tell you way more than going to that dinner. If you do not go and you turn him down and he continues to text you after and continues to chase after you and all of a sudden ends up in town again, then you know what his intentions were by asking you. And then you can better prepare yourself.
It's that Animal Planet thing from Friday.
Don't let him have the upper hand.
Make him chase you.
And right now you're giving him the upper hand by freaking out over.
Yeah.
And like you can say no. And sometimes saying no will teach you, like, will make you see this whole situation in a different light. Mm-hmm. You know, if you say no and he goes, okay, well, that's cool, I understand, and never talks to you again, you know that he was just asking to go out for dinner because he was in town and he was probably lonely.
Oh, but if he comes again, it means he wanted to rekindle.
Yes, ma'am.
But we so easily judge poor JP here, but we're both so painfully single that I think if an ex came out of the woodwork and asked you for dinner, you would go.
Heartbeat.
See? So, like, until you're in the situation, it's easy to say, do this, do that. But if it was us, we'd be there.
But I would reach out to a friend just like JP is doing, and I'd be like, stop me from this. And I think that's what she's doing. I think in her own weird way, she is reaching out to us in hopes that we go, girl, no, don't do it. Up the ante, too, and say no and see if, or you don't even have to say no entirely, but go, well, you know, I'm not free at this time, or, oh, sorry, I ended up with a meeting. Can we reschedule? And if he's like, oh, yeah, for sure. Or if he's like, oh, no, sorry, I'm busy, then you kind of get it. And then you have control over the situation.
Or think of the podcast, Jenna. She should go and then send us a follow-up.
Yeah.
What happened?
Yeah,
In fact,
JP, how did that end up?
Better yet, let us follow you on the date with newspapers with eye holes cut out. Tell us where you're going and we'll come observe.
Right.
I'd love to do that.
Any takers out there, let us know. Jesse and Jenna's messy podcast at gmail.com.
I don't know.
I say don't go. I say start messing with him. It sounds like it's your turn. I'm just so tired of men always having the power over women when it comes to these situations.
I'm trying to think.
We need to take the power back.
Yeah.
Woohoo. And say no and then see how they react. Because men don't think that far ahead, I find. So if you say no in the moment, I think that's going to be a big reflection of how he truly feels. And then you can figure out what you want to do with those feelings.
I mean, we make fun of straight guys a lot for being dumber than women, which they are, but sometimes that's a benefit.
Only straight men, though.
Yes. But sometimes that's a benefit. And what I mean is straight guys tend to take things at face value, and women sometimes dig under the surface for real hidden meanings and stuff. Right. And it's like sometimes we should just be like the dumb straight guys and just take things for what they are. A dinner could just be a dinner. Let's not read into it.
Yeah, so go and eat your ice cream before you go on this dinner.
I'm trying to think if I know any ex-friends. Like, do you know what I mean? Exes that are actual friends in real life. Yeah, I can't really think of any. There's a couple on the Real Housewives that are.
None that have not been married.
Ah, the marriage is what changes it?
Yeah, but then again, you have kids and it's a different, you have bills, you have properties, you have shared family at that point.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, and in gay world, sometimes it happens, but things are looser over here anyway.
Right. Exes are exes for a reason. Cut them off. There was a reason you left in the first place. For her, like she said, she left and like moved back.
She moved to the
States.
States.
So for you to leave him and relocate back to where you came from, that's not an easy process. It's not like going over to their apartment after work one day and going, I want my 2 T-shirts and my slippers.
And my cabinet handles.
Right. So like for you to go through that, obviously you were done with him. So don't second guess yourself. You made that decision for a reason. And
well, it sounds
unless you want to get laid. Nah.
We can understand that too.
If you do just want to get laid, then totally go for it and use him for sex.
Well, she's smart at least and says that in her fantasy, she imagines him saying he's going to move to Ottawa to be with her. So at least it sounds like she's not willing to relocate back to the States, which smart, JP. Don't do it again.
Right.
If you want to try again with this guy, make him come to you.
Yeah, I don't think that's going to happen, though.
Neither does she.
I think that's her mind really wandering there. Running wild.
I'm not indulging any grand fantasy that he's going to get down on one knee
and
propose to me. Like, whoa.
You are indulging that fantasy.
That was like when you asked me what my Valentine's Day is, and I'm like, by a fire in a cabin in the woods. Never thought about this before. It's the same sort of thing. So she is desperate.
So here's my final verdict. JP, don't go. Because I think by saying no to this dinner, you're going to find out more
but then
about him than you want.
But then she's always going to wonder. She's always going to wonder, what if I went? Life is short and is meant to be lived.
But
have an experience.
If it is meant to be, then when you say no, he'll still stay in contact with you. Guys will stay in contact with people they want to be with.
That's true. That's the chase thing we always talk about.
I can always tell when a relationship is going to end, when a guy's like texting and communication habits change.
Right.
So by saying no, I think she's going to find out the real answer to the real question she wants. Do you think he wants to get back together with me?
And she isn't in an emotional place where she's okay with just going for a casual dinner. I think if she
I don't think she's in a good place for that.
And no, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
So if she went to the dinner, it would end up, she'd be disappointed probably if it was just a dinner.
Right. And then it'll set you back to that point a year and a half
Why
ago.
doesn't he like me?
When you were going through the breakup in the first place. And it's a dark, dark, horrible place to be.
And she said it was shattering, horrible, tragic, heartbreak.
Yeah, like any breakup.
It sounds horrible.
Right. Don't do it. That's our verdict.
I'm still on the fence. What do you think, John?
She's going to dinner for the wrong reasons.
What do you mean?
She wants to rub. She wants to rub it in his face.
That she looks
Look
good
at
now.
me now.
Or you're right.
There's Instagram for that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
You left that situation. You moved on with your life.
Yeah.
That's the decision you made. And now you're second guessing yourself.
And if the reasons are I want him to see how hot I am, or I want him to beg for me back, those are both bad reasons.
Bad reasons.
If you want to just hang out and see how he looks now, that's an okay reason, but that's not what she wants.
Go to dinner because you want to maintain some sort of friendship.
No.
But beyond that,
you don't want any friendship with him. No. I say no. John says no.
Well, then I say yes. And report back,
just
JP.
to fuck with her mind more than she's already fucked with her own.
Because this is my Libra brain. I back and forth because I would want to know what happens at this dinner. So if it was my ex, I'd want to go because I'd be like, if it's not me, he's going to ask some other bitch.
Oh, and I would never listen to my own advice. I would go. But I wish that I would have someone level-headed enough to tell me, no, Jenna, say no to this ex, because you saying no is going to tell you a lot more.
if she goes, can we get her back on the podcast to update about it?
We all know she's going.
All right.
She's going, whether we tell her to or not.
Let's get her on the podcast.
If you go, you should bring one of your hot guy friends and be like, "Oh, I just thought we were going for dinner." Like,
In fact, she has already said she's going. That wasn't even her question. She goes, "Should I spend an evening with this man? But if I go," she's going, "should I be sugar and spice and flirty like I normally am?"
Just be your normal damn self.
Yeah. Don't go out of your way to be flirty. No.
Or to be extra crusty. Like,
Just
don't
be normal.
Just be you. And if it makes you uncomfortable and you find it weird, just straight up tell him. I think sometimes guys like to hear that honesty. They find it endearing. Mm-hmm. This is really awkward. I'm not going to lie.
This was a mistake.
Yeah.
Good night. Yeah.
Yeah. And even if you have feelings for him still, just be like, "This was a mistake. I guess I had feelings for you. I didn't realize I did. I got to go." And then he's going to run out after you and you're going to go and get into a cab and he's going to stop the cab in the middle of the road. See, this is what happens to girls' minds.
And then
so this is why I understand, JP.
Yeah.
He'll be there outside the window with a boombox over his head.
And for some reason in my mind, she's in the middle of New York City and not in Ottawa. Standing out in front of Fairfax, in front of the O.
She looks up and she sees him hanging over the lookout balcony. Yeah, like, oh, jeez.
It's like a really warped version of Rapunzel. I don't know why people still write to us.
But we're glad you do.
I do. And I wish you all the luck. I just try to remind yourself that don't let your mind get carried away. I think in this case, you're going to be your worst enemy. You know, try to play it cool, be yourself. And if you don't want to go, then just cancel.
Or if you do want to go, then go. But like Jenna said, don't try your hardest not to let your mind run away on yourself, and just go and take it for an experience.
And try to kick the drama down just a few notches. She seems a little dramatic just in the way she writes.
Yeah.
So just kick that one down. I'm telling you, as much as we want to get up and walk away and go, "I can't do this," and have him chase after us. Yeah. That's not going to happen.
No. So what?
So just be yourself.
And just go to the dinner.
And leave when you damn well want to leave.
After he pays. Or just...
Or leave him with a bill.
That's it.
He has no choice.
He's here on business. He's writing it off anyway.
Yeah, right.
Also, if you do go for dinner, which I'm sure you are, pay attention to the drinks he orders. Like, is he just ordering a drink for himself? Because if he's ordering a drink just for himself, or is he ordering a bottle of wine? Is he ordering a bottle of champagne?
Yeah.
Those little key indicators.
Yeah.
But be smart about it. I'm sorry if I confused you.
I think we really confused her this time.
I'm a little confused.
I've been back and forth about 3-4 times this podcast.
Yeah. In a perfect world, I say don't go for the dinner, but you're obviously going to go. So I think just play it smart. And maybe even arrange to have like a couple like friends at the same restaurant at the same time you
Like
just
I said,
accidentally run into.
We'll do it. We will. I volunteer as tribute. Just let us know
Right.
where you're going.
If
Write
she's
us again.
paying for our bill.
Yeah. Well,
We'll just run out on it too.
can we write it off, John? It's for the podcast. It's research.
Yes.
See, there we go.
But best of luck. Exes are tricky situations. They're very tricky
They
areas.
are. Mhm.
You have so many old feelings, and those tend to take over
Yeah.
your logic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's unfortunate. So best of luck to you, JP.
See, maybe we are better off staying single. All these fucking letters we get, it's like trouble in dating.
Yeah.
It's hard.
I don't know. I'm ready for the single life to be over.
Well, you just want to get laid. I don't know that you want like a man always every day.
I think I do. I want one that understands space
yeah.
too. You know, that has a busy enough life too, where
Yes.
you look forward to seeing them. You know, I have a girlfriend who literally, my one friend was just complaining that she hasn't seen her without her boyfriend in like 6 months. That's not healthy. That's
No.
not normal.
Yeah.
I want to be able to have that relationship where it's like, okay, you want to go play like, you know, frisbee out with your boys on a Sunday. I'm going to go paint my nails with Jesse.
Yeah.
You know?
No, you do. You need the time apart.
Yeah. You still need to remember your individual humans.
For sure.
And separate bedrooms. Better yet, separate
No.
apartments.
I like just a big ass bed.
Yeah, that would work too.
King size bed in a big ass house.
It's hard when it's 2 men and you're both tall. It doesn't work. That's
Right.
why we had to do separate bedrooms.
Not me. I'm okay.
You just curl up in a little ball like
I
a kitty
sure
cat.
do. I sure do. All right. Well, good luck, JP. Touch back with us. If you-
Cheers.
Yep.
I'm cheersing with an iPhone.
Cheers.
Cheers.